Hello, everyone. One second. Just waiting for a few other people to join. Today we're going to be talking about conditional statements. So statements that have the word if or unless. Statements in which one thing is said to happen only if another thing happens as well. So you have two parts to conditional statements, and we're going to be looking at the different kinds of conditional statements we can use. Everyone, please make sure the background is quiet. Adele, can you hear me? Can I hear you? Christian, you have to keep the background noise down. The background, there's a lot of noise coming. Adele, unfortunately, you're going to have to leave if you can't fix the microphone. I'm very sorry about that. I still can't hear you. We can't hear you. So make sure that it's not muted or something.
Hello.
Hey, Christian. I'm just talking to Adele now. I'd love to talk to you, but if we can't hear you, then unfortunately we have to give the place to someone whose microphone is working. So take a bit more time to try and fix the microphone problem if you can. Still waiting for other people to join. Are you coming, Manal? Nope. Okay, we only have 2 people in this class, and there's 26 people apparently looking at the class. So, Manal, can you come into the class? Now I'm beginning to see some people like Manal and Luisa.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Where are you from?
I'm from Armenia.
Armenia, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay, we have a full class almost, 3, 6, 7. We still have 2 more spaces, but... Okay, everybody. Today, my normal format, I think some of you will know by now, is to ask people to introduce themselves the first time that they talk. Okay, so the first time you have to say something, please say, hello, my name is, and then tell us where you are from, and then tell us how long you've learned English for. So just very short sentences, and then you can answer the question or do what I have asked you to. My name is Zach. I am from London, England. So we're in London here. And I've been learning English for all of my life, which is 29 years. And I'm still not perfect. So we're going to do conditionals today. As I explained, if you were watching, conditionals is a way of describing when you have 2 concepts, 2 things, and you say one thing will happen if the other thing happens. If the other thing does not happen, then this thing may also not happen. Okay, that's what conditional means. Okay. Okay, good. So we're going to read about conditionals a little bit first. If we click on this link here that I'm sending you, if everyone can click there right now.
Oh, Zach, could you paste on Google Chat?
Oh yes, Jaron. Sorry, I forgot. Nice to see you. If I forget,
Nice
just don't hesitate to remind me if I forget to do that. Okay, every time.
Okay.
Don't be embarrassed. It's my fault if I don't do it. Okay, good. Right, so we have this page open. I'm going to ask someone to read now. English conditionals, to explain a bit about these conditionals. I'm going to ask Luisa from Armenia.
Yeah, okay.
Can you, we know you're from Armenia. How long have you learned English? And then if you can begin reading.
Okay. First, my name is Luisa. I learned English from school. It's been more than 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah, and now I'm studying it in my university.
Okay, fantastic. So why don't you begin reading for us?
Okay. There are several structures in English that are called conditionals. Condition means a situation or what? Circumstance?
Circumstance.
Yeah. If a particular condition is true, then a particular result happens. Read.
Yep, keep going.
If y, I don't know,
Equals, you can say equals. This is an equals sign.
equal?
Yes?
Yep.
Does everyone understand? Everyone understands what this means, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Yep.
2 plus 2 equals 4. 2.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Keep going.
May I read from there are three basic conditionals?
No. We need this part as well. Go ahead.
Okay, if y equals 10, then 2y equals 20.
Yes.
Okay, if y equals 3, then 2y equals 6.
Yes.
There are three basic conditionals that we use very often. There are some more conditionals that we do not use so often. In this lesson, we will look at the three basic conditional as well as the so-called zero conditional. We'll finish with a quiz to check your understanding. Oh.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Now everyone click on the link structure of conditional sentences. Okay? I will read this part. The structure of most conditionals is very simple. There are two basic possibilities. Of course, we add many words and can use various tenses, but the basic structure is usually this. If, then the condition, and then the result. So if y equals 10, this is the condition or situation, then the result is 2y equals 20. Or like this, you can have the result first. So I can say 2y equals 20 if, and then the condition, y equals 10. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? I know this right now it seems more like a maths lesson than an English lesson, but the maths is just used to try and make it easier for you to understand how the conditionals work. Okay? Good. We're going to actually start off with the zero conditional. Okay? Does everyone understand now what conditionals are? We all understand what we're going to be learning today, yes?
Yes.
More or less. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Very good. Okay, good. So the first one is a zero conditional. If everyone clicks on this link here, I just posted another link, and Jaron, I'm going to post it for you as well. There we go. Yeah, okay, so zero conditional means this always happens. Okay, so if x, then always y, all the time. This is a general conditional, if you want to talk about things generally. Did you have a question, Manal? Yeah, no, okay. I heard a sound. Okay, good. So some examples are, or you can say if, you can also say when, if, and unless. When and if mean the same thing. So if equals when in this case, okay, but unless, can someone explain what unless means?
Before something will happen?
Yes. Well, no, actually it means if not. Okay, good. If something does not happen, then something else will or will not happen, okay? So it means unless, and then whatever comes after unless must happen if the other thing is to happen, okay? So you can say if, when, or unless. It will become easier to understand when we have an example. So when you fly, let's do some more reading actually. Lemerson, can you hear me? Lemerson?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, can you read these zero conditionals for us, please?
What? I'm sorry.
Are you on the link? Are you on the link that I posted in the chat?
Okay.
Are you on the link, Lemerson?
Yes, I opened the link.
Okay. So
What I
look
need
at.
to do?
All right, we're going to come back to you. Just try and keep up, okay? Jaron, can you help us? Can you introduce yourself quickly and then tell us read us some of these sentences?
Okay. My name is Jaron, and I'm from China. I've been learning English for several years.
Okay, great. Now read some zero conditionals for us, if you wouldn't mind.
Which part of zero conditional?
We have three sentences near the top of the page. Do you see them? When you fly with Ryanair is the first one.
Oh, I see. I should read the whole three sentences, right?
Yes, please.
When you fly with Ryan, how to say this?
Ryanair. It's the name of an airline.
Okay. When you fly with Ryanair, you pay extra to take luggage.
Yep.
Okay. If you switch on the kettle, the water boils.
Okay.
Unless you have a ticket, you can't get in.
Okay, perfect. So here we see unless, which means if you do not have a ticket, you cannot get in. So the first thing must be true if you want to get in. And these are completely true, right? So if these things are things that always happen, basically. Okay, so let's do the exercise now and each try an example. So if you set wood on fire and you have to make something up to make it a zero conditional, okay? So Manal, can you try the first one? If you set wood on fire, can you finish this for us?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try. If you set wood on fire, you should stay away.
Yes, that's good. Very good. You should stay away because it's dangerous. So the way we form this is if and then present again. So if plus present plus present. So that was good. Okay, number four. Flowers die if. Shelley, can you introduce yourself and then finish number 4?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Shirley from Taiwan, but I'm living in Osaka, Japan now. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Number 4. Flowers die if there is no water.
Flowers die if there is no water. So in this case, we have switched them round. So the result is that flowers die, and the conditional part, the first part, the conditional if, comes at the end. So flowers die if you do not water, or I can say if you do not water flowers, they die. Okay. Now we're going to go. You can also say imperatives. You can also use imperatives for zero conditionals. And what I mean by that is you can give instructions and commands to people. So, for example, number 1, when you receive the application form, fill it out. Fill it out. I'm telling someone, when something happens, it has not happened yet, so it's conditional, then do this. You must do this. Okay? So the number 1. The number 2, if you fail the exam, Inga, can you finish that sentence? Introduce yourself and finish it.
I'm Inga, I'm from Armenia, and if you fail the exam...
remember, you are telling something to someone.
Can I say you have to prepare better?
Okay. You're telling me? No, but that's actually a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yes.
If you fail the exam, prepare better next time.
Yes.
Prepare better next time. You are giving an instruction. Okay. Okay, good. I think this is enough for the zero conditional. It's very simple. We have the idea. It's a conditional because you have if, you have when, you have unless, but it's very simple. It's about general statements. So we're now going to do a bit more complicated conditionals, okay? The first one is called the first conditional, the first conditional, and I'm posting it now in the chat. If everyone can click on the link again. Okay. Does everyone have that open?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are talking more about possibility. So actually now we are not 100% sure. Maybe it's 50% that something will happen, okay? So remember, now the first thing we did, if something, then the next thing will definitely happen. Now, for the first conditional, we are not 100% sure. So let's have somebody read this section. Christian, can you hear me? I cannot hear you, Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
go ahead. No problem. So go ahead and begin reading this for us.
Uy, espera, me perdí. And we are talking.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We are talking about the future. We are thinking about the particular condition or situation in the future and the result of this condition. There is a real possibility that this condition will happen. For example, it is morning, you are at home, you plan to the tennis this afternoon, but there are some clouds in the sky.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, finish.
What? No, keep going.
What?
I'll finish for you. Imagine that it rains. What will you do? Okay. So here we have an example. If it rains, right, I will stay at home. Okay. So if it rains, I will probably stay at home. This is what we are saying. Okay. So let's read the next section. Joyce, can you read the next section?
Notice that we are thinking about a future condition. It is not raining yet, but the sky is cloudy and you think that it could rain. We use the present simple tense to talk about a possible future condition. We use will plus base verb to talk about the possible future result. The important thing about the first conditional is that there is a real possibility that the condition will happen. Here are some more examples. Do you remember the two basic structures, if condition result and the result if condition?
Okay, great. So the idea is, in the zero conditional, we were talking about things that always happen. We are not. If I say, if you fly with this airline, you will have to pay extra for luggage. I am not interested really about if you fly with the airline, if you're actually going to fly with the airline or not. It's a general statement. It says, if you ever do this today, tomorrow, 10 years in the future, then this will be the definite result. That's the zero conditional. We all understand that now, right? We're moving on now to the first conditional, where we are saying, actually, it's much more likely that you are going to do this. So if I want to say, if you fly with Ryanair, then it means you are probably going to fly with a particular airline tomorrow. We're talking about a very particular case, and then I'm saying, this will probably be the result. Okay, so now we're moving from the realm of definite, this is always what happens, to probable or possible. Okay, and to do this, we say if, then we use the present simple. If you do something, then this will be the result. Then we use the future. Okay, so it's if plus present plus future for the first conditional. So here are some examples. I would like you each to read an example and then also use the two different structures. So we have two structures. We have if plus condition plus result, or we have result plus if plus condition. Okay? if condition result or result. So read each time you read a sentence, I want you to read it in the other way around as well. Okay? If that
Okay.
makes sense. So let me ask Shelley, can you try the first one?
Yes. Read the first sentence.
And then read it the other way as well. Yes.
If I see Mary, I will tell her. I will tell her if I see Mary.
Yes. Or you can say, I will tell Mary if I see her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and the next one, Luisa, can you do the next one?
Yeah. Tara is free tomorrow. Oh, no, sorry. If Tara is free tomorrow, he will invite her.
Yes.
He will invite her if Tara is free tomorrow.
Very good. Okay, and the next one, Adele, can I hear you now? I'm going to have to, unfortunately, eject you if I cannot hear you. Can I hear you? No. Okay, Adele, you'll have to watch the class, I'm afraid, because we need people that can talk, so I'm going to... Sorry, Adele. Inga, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
If they do not pass their exam, their teacher will be sad. Their teacher will be sad if they do not pass their exam.
Very good. This is easy. Manal, can you do the next one?
Yeah. If it rains tomorrow, we will stay at home. We will stay at home if it rains tomorrow.
Okay, and then the last one is exactly the same as that, all right? Now, everyone, please click on this link.
What's wrong?
Okay. Zach, are you there?
I can't hear Zach's voice.
No, I cannot hear teacher's voice.
He's coming back in.
I'm back in.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You're muted.
Zach, we can't hear you.
Teacher, can hear.
I can't hear Zach's voice.
Okay, we're good now. Everyone can hear me?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about
Yeah.
that. There was a problem with the unmuting button, I think. Okay, good. So we're going to do some more practice now. Does everyone have that link open?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So click on the link and scroll down to controlled practice of the first conditional. Okay? Can everyone see that? Controlled practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're gonna jump straight into that. So let me see who have I not picked on yet or recently. Manal, can you do the first one for us? You have to fill.
Okay.
You have to fill. So remember, we're doing the first conditional, and it's if and the present in one case, and then the future. Okay, so if, present, and future, and sometimes it will be the other way around. It will be future and then present, depending. So take a look at the first one and see if you can have a go.
Okay. She will give you a ring if you okay. If you need any advice.
Perfect. Very, very good. So she will give you a ring if you need advice. So that is the result, is that she will give you a ring, and that's why this is in the future. And then the actual the condition is if you need advice. So if you need advice, she will give you a ring. Okay, the next one, number 2. Can Joyce do this one for us?
Okay. I will not make it if the meeting is on Monday.
Very good. I will not make it. Again, this is the result. So we start off with the result. I will not make it. And it's in the future if the meeting is on Monday. So that's the condition, which is in the present. Okay? So again, we're talking about something that's very probable. It's not definite anymore. Okay, so if you want... Sorry, what's the number 3? I think I just gave it. Let's go to number 4 then, because I just did that. Inga, can you do number 3?
Yes, if you want cake, you will bake it.
Yes. Well, no, yeah, but do an imperative. Do this as an instruction to somebody. If you are telling someone. What do I say to someone? You something bake it. Can anyone try to make this into a? It's in the future.
You have to bake it.
Yes, you have to bake it. If you want cake, you will have to bake it. You will have to bake it. It means the same thing. Very good. Okay, number 4. Jaron, can you do that?
You must take a taxi if you miss the bus.
Yes, exactly. You must take a taxi if you miss the bus. So must, or you will have to. So must means like it's the future. You will have to, or you must is the result if you miss the bus, which is the condition. Okay? Do we all feel like we're understanding this now? It's becoming quite normal to an extent?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay. All right, so we'll move on to a more difficult one now. We'll move on to the second conditional. Let me see if this is a good explanation. No, we'll keep with the English Club because they have good explanations. So everyone, click on the link here to English Club. And Jaron, here is for you.
Okay.
English Club is a very good website for you to learn grammar because they explain things very clearly on English Club. So you should look at this site yourself as well. Okay, now let me ask. Shelley, have you read already? Did you read already?
Not yet.
No. Okay, so why don't you read the second conditional section for us in English
Okay.
Club?
The second conditional is like the first conditional. We are still thinking about the future. We are thinking about a particular condition in the future and the result of this condition. But there is not a real possibility that this condition will happen. For example, you do not have a lottery ticket. Is it possible to win? No. No lottery ticket, no win. But maybe you will buy a lottery ticket in the future. So you can think about winning in the future, like a dream. It's not very real, but it's still possible.
Okay, so then we have the table, if, and now the way we do this is if and the past simple, and then would, okay? So if we're thinking about tenses, the conditional is I would, I could, or I might, okay? All you need to, and then the base verb. So I would eat a big chicken if I liked chicken. Okay, so I could eat a big chicken, or I might eat a big chicken. This is things that may happen if another condition is met. Okay, so in this case, for the second conditional, you first start off with the past simple. If something happened, it's very funny because it's not really in the past. It's not really in the past, but you're talking like it's in the past. And then you use a conditional statement like would, could, or might. Okay. Right. So let's see if it's worth. Okay, Manal, can you read the next section after the table?
Yeah, sure. You mean from notes?
Notice.
Yeah, notes. Okay. Notes that we are thinking about a future condition. We use the past simple tense to talk about the future condition. We use would plus past verb to talk about the future result. The important thing about the second conditional is that there's an unreal possibility that the condition will happen.
Okay, so let me explain. We did the zero conditional, which is 100% possibility. Okay, if something happens, then 100% the result will happen. Okay, and we are not interested whether the first thing happens or not. We're just saying if it does, 100% the second thing will happen. First conditional, if something, we say if plus present plus future. If something happens, then the result is quite possible, maybe 50%, right? 50% likely the result will happen. And now with the second conditional, which we form by doing, by the second conditional is if, and then the past, and then would plus the base verb. I had to look because I have to think something. If plus would, if plus past simple plus would, then the possibility goes down even more. So then it's like 10% likely, okay? Right? So if if I bought a lottery ticket, I might win the lottery, but it's very low possibility, like 10%, okay? So let's look at some more of these examples. If I'm okay, let's start off with Inga. If you could say if, begin reading from this table.
Yes. If I married Mary, I would be happy.
Okay, and then Jaron, can you do the next one?
If Ram became rich, she would marry him.
And okay, and what if we switch that around? How would it be?
She would marry Ram if he became rich.
Yes, exactly. So again, we don't know if Ram's going to become rich. It's not entirely, it's not very likely, okay? And so then we use the past to talk about that at the beginning with would. So let's do some practice on this now to try and get it more familiar with you. Let's click on this link, everybody, here and here. And we can practice this. Okay, everyone go down to exercise 1, which says controlled practice. Controlled practice.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Now let's jump into it. Luisa, can you try the first one for us?
Yep, okay. If she make more effort, I will consider helping her. No.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So if she made more effort, I would consider helping her. We are not sure if she is going to make more effort, so it's 10% likely. But if she did, then I would consider helping her. This is also not sure, but I would consider it. Okay. So made is the past, and then would consider is would plus the base form of the verb. Okay, number 2, electric cars. Christian, can you do that?
Yeah, second.
Sorry?
Hello?
Yes,
Listen.
can you do number 2 for us, please?
What?
Can you do number 2 for us, please?
If electric car didn't have shoes, uh, uh,
Can you read the whole sentence? Okay, there goes Christian. Manal, can you try that one for us?
Yeah. If electric cars didn't have such large batteries, they would okay. They would be
Yes. It's the basic
they
form
would
of
be
the verb.
yeah. They would be quicker to drive.
Very good. If electric cars did not, and there is the past simple, if they did not, and again, it's not very likely because most electric cars have large batteries. So we're saying it's quite unreal, quite unlikely, 10%. Then they would be quicker to drive. Okay? Joyce, can you do number 3?
I wouldn't carry my wallet around in my pocket if I were you.
Okay, I would not. And now we're switching it around. So we have the result first. I would not is the result. I would not do something if I were or if I was you. So that's the past simple. If I was you. Okay? I am never going to be you. So this is why this is a second conditional, because it's not likely. Okay? Number
Zach?
Yes.
Zach? We said if I were you or if I was you.
You can say both. If I were
Really?
or was. Yes. You can say if I were you or if I was you. It's actually, in fact, it says here, it says if you look at just above the exercise, it says the correct form of the verb to be in the if clause is were, but was is also possible and is often used in spoken English. So I would eat that muffin if it were or if it was mine. Okay?
But
Okay.
is it only for informal or it can be formal too?
Yes, that's a good question, Luisa. Were is more formal. So people used to say were, but now you can say was. No one really matters. If you say were, it makes you sound more clever.
Okay.
You say were. Okay. So maybe we should try to say were now for the next few.
Yeah.
Let's try number 5. Adele keeps coming back into the lesson, which is okay, I guess. Shelley, can you try number 5?
Number 5. Okay.
Yes.
I would go on a diet if I were overweight.
Yes, exactly. If I were overweight, I am not. It's maybe not likely that I'm overweight, but if I were or if I was, then I would go on a diet. If I were you is polite, yes. You usually say if I were you or if I was. Okay, number 6. Antonio, welcome to the class. What's number 6? Can you do that? Antonio, can you hear us? No. Okay, he can't. No worries. Antonio and Adele, I'm going to have to eject you pretty soon, unfortunately, if you can't get the microphones working. I'm sorry. So let's go to, if you go to exercise 4, in fact, what we're going to do is I'm going to begin a sentence and I will ask somebody to finish the sentence, okay? So I'm starting the sentence. I would be happy if, and Luisa, can you finish that sentence for me?
You will be happy if you...
No, you have to, if for yourself, not me. Or actually, you can do me if you want. There's no difference. It's the same practice.
I will be happy if I have a good car.
No. Do you want to try again?
Okay. Start, please. Say one more time. I will be happy.
I would be happy.
I would be.
This is remember how to form this. It's if plus past simple plus would. Okay. So I would be happy is the result, and what's the condition? So go ahead.
I will be happy if it will stop snowing.
No. What tense did you just use?
I don't know.
You just used the future tense. You just said if it will stop snowing. But what tense should we be using? What tense should you be using now?
Would.
No.
No, past.
It's okay. It's all right. There's basically this second conditional. We have three components. We have if, the past, and would. Okay.
Okay.
So if I say if I say I would be happy if, then we're doing would and if. So what's left?
Past.
Past. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try again. I would be happy if.
If something with past.
Yes, exactly. Anything in the past.
What? Mm,
If the snow.
stopped.
Yes. Very good. I would be happy if the snow stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not very sure that the snow is going to stop. It's not very likely. So this is why we put it in the past. Okay.
Yeah.
Joyce, let me say, if I ran my country, how would you finish that?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay.
What is ran?
Ran means
Ran?
to govern.
To govern.
So, yes.
Okay.
If I governed my
figured it
country.
out.
Yes. If I governed my country.
I would be helping the elder and the poor.
Oh, that's very nice. Okay. If I ran my country, which is not very likely, I would be helping the elderly and the poor in your country. Excellent. Okay. Jaron, if I had more money.
If I had more money, I would like to help poor people.
Okay. If I had more money, that's in the past, I would like to help poor people. Very good. Shelley.
Yes.
If I would be angry if.
I would be angry if my boss blamed of me.
If your boss did what?
Blamed me.
Can anyone else hear? I'm not sure what the word is you're saying. If my boss.
Blamed.
What do you mean by that? Blend? Are you saying blend?
Blamed.
Blamed. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Sorry about that. I couldn't hear. I would be angry if my boss blamed me. Okay, so again, it's in the past. The past plus would. Okay, and we understand the first conditional, which is present and future. Okay, so let's move on to the third conditional now. This is the last one. This is the last one to learn. We're going quite quickly, so you may want to look at the links after the lesson and go back and read them all and make sure you will understand. So this is the most complicated one that we do now. It's called the third conditional. Everyone click on the link, please. So again, we're just going to go over it. The second condition, the zero conditional, 100%. The first conditional, if he hits me, I will be annoyed. It's quite likely, it's maybe 50% or more that he will hit me. Okay? But I would be angry if my boss blamed me. It's less likely, maybe 10% my boss will blame me. Okay? And that's the past with would. Okay? So that's the first and second. And now we're moving on to the final conditional here, the third conditional. Let's have somebody do some reading. Who's not read already? Joyce, have you had the chance to read? Would you like to read?
I've done some reading earlier.
You did. Okay, Sharon, did you read already?
Yes, I've done one once.
Okay, everyone's read apparently. Hasn't. Shirley, have you read?
Yes.
Shirley's read. Shirley's read.
I have
Manal, did you read yet?
Yeah, I do. But it's alright if we.
You go again. Go again. Go again.
Okay. The first conditional and second conditional talk about the future. With the third conditional, we talk about the past. We talk about a condition in the past that did not happen. That is why there is no possibility for this condition. Third conditional is also like a dream, but with no possibility of the dream coming true. Yay!
Okay, there we go. Very good. Very good. So, in the second conditional, we could have said, if I won the lottery, I would be happy. If I won the lottery, not very likely, but it's possible. It's a dream, and it's possible, but it's not very likely. If I won, so that's past simple plus would. And now we're saying this did not happen. It's impossible, okay? So in this case, I would say if I had won the lottery, I would have bought a car, okay? So we're doing the past perfect, and then instead of would, we say would have. So we're moving everything to the same level. If I had, I would have, okay? So let's ask Luisa, can you read the next paragraph?
Yep. Notice that we are thinking about an impossible past condition. You did not win the lottery, so the condition was not true, and that particular condition can never be true because it is finished. We use the past perfect tense to talk about the impossible past condition. We use would have plus past participle to talk about the impossible past result. The important thing about the third conditional is that both the condition and result are impossible now.
Okay. Joyce, can you read the next bit? The English Club tip.
Sometimes we use should have, could have, might have instead of would have. For example, if you had bought a lottery ticket, you might have won.
Okay, very good. So now that's basically it on the third conditional, I think. Let's do some practice of that one like we have for the other ones. We'll go back to this website like we did before. Can everyone open that link?
Yes.
Okay.
Zach,
yes.
may I ask you something?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. So, look, I'm gonna give you a sentence, and tell me which condition is that.
Okay.
So if I said, if I were you, I would slap him. So I'm talking about something in the past. So it's the third condition or the second condition?
It's
already.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean that. Yeah, I mean it's already happened that someone bothers you. So I told you that if I were you, I would slap him.
Okay.
You know?
This is the one we just did. This is the second conditional. Because
why it's not the third condition?
Because the condition, you said it already happened. Actually, what already happened is something completely separate. Okay? The man may be angry, but what I am saying now is, if I were you, that's the condition now. If I were you, then I would slap him. Okay? So that's in the past. If I were you, or if I was you, the past plus would. This is the one we did, second conditional, 50% likely. If I were you, it's not very likely. Oh, sorry, not 50%, this is lower. If I were you, it's like if I won the lottery. If I were you, if I was you, if I won the lottery, it's less than 50%, it's like 10% likely maybe. I'm just using the percentages to give you an idea of like the mood, right? This isn't exact, no one said 10%. But if I were you, it's basically impossible unless someone makes a machine where I can become you. This is stupid. Then I would slap him. So the condition there is if I were you. Does that make sense a little bit?
No?
No? No? Okay, we just did the second conditional. The second conditional is used to express things that you can dream about that may happen, but very unlikely, like winning the lottery. Right? So if I owned Google, I would be very rich. If I owned is in the past, I would be rich. Right? This is not very likely. It's not very likely, but it is possible. This is the second conditional. This is what we're learning. So the example you gave me is the second conditional. If I was you, if I were you, we say, then I would slap him. And you use the past, if plus the past plus would, and then the base form of the verb after that. Yes, so Orlando said, if I had been in this class, I would have learned more English. This is the third conditional. Manal, does this make sense? Can you try to explain them what exactly you do? Mana?
Yeah. Actually, I'm asking you because this is what I have read in the third condition. Because it said that with the third conditional, we talk about the past, Zach.
Yes, but it's talking about we're not talking about the past. We're using the past in the second conditional, but we're not talking about the past. So when I say, if I owned Google, we're not really talking about the past, even though we use the past. Okay? If I owned Google is the past, but what we're saying is a general statement. If it could happen tomorrow, it could happen in a few years. But we use the past simple for this. This is what we're learning now, but we're not actually talking about something that, if it's in the past, then it's not a conditional anymore. So the third conditional is funny because it's not really a conditional. It's saying if a condition had happened, then something else would have happened. But none of these things really took place.
Okay.
So in the example you gave me, if I were you, even though I'm using the past, I'm saying if I was or were you in the past, I'm not really talking about the past, because why? Why would I care? I'm talking about moving forward. If somebody invented a machine tomorrow where I could become you, then I still say, if I were you. This is just how it is. I can't tell you the reasons for it, but this is how we form the second conditionals, is using the past.
Zach, may I?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say, if I had been you, I would have stopped him?
Yes. Now this is the third conditional that we're moving on to.
Oh, okay. So this is the third condition. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So this is the final one. So in the example Jaron just gave an example. He said, if I had been you, I would have stopped him. Now we are talking about something that happened in the past. It's finished. The condition does not exist anymore. Okay? Or if I had worked harder, I could be at the end of my life and I say, if I had worked harder, I would have been more successful. Okay? So in this case, we're using the past. We're using the past perfect, right? If I had worked harder, and then we're using would have and the past participle instead of would and the basic form. So in the second conditional, we use would and the basic. In the third, we use would have and the past participle. I would have worked harder. I would have been more successful, sorry. I would have been more successful if I had worked harder. Okay, let's try some of these and it should become easier to understand. Does everyone have English is a piece of cake open, this one? Yeah, sort of. Last link.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about something, it's impossible, it happened in the past, but it's still called the third conditional, okay? So number one, Joyce, can you try number one for us?
Is it in the exercise 1?
Sorry, exercise 1. Yes, exercise 1, number
Okay.
1. Now, you remember what you're doing? You're forming the you're doing would have plus the past participle.
Okay.
Actually, no. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant you're doing the past perfect. The past perfect.
If you hadn't stopped.
Oh,
this
and
is difficult.
Sorry, you're using the verb be. You see the verb at the end of the sentence is be.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the verb, and you're putting this into the past perfect.
If you hadn't been interrupting me the whole time, I would have enjoyed the movie.
Excellent. That's perfect. So if you had not been interrupting me. Okay, so be is put into the past perfect. If you had not been, that's the past perfect. The past simple is you were. The past perfect, you had been. Okay? So this is finished now. The condition does not exist. It's not possible now for you to stop interrupting me because you did it all the time. But I'm saying if you had actually done something differently, then I would have enjoyed the movie. Okay, let's try another one. Jaron, can you try number 2?
Okay. If I had your number, I might have phoned you.
Very good. If I had your number is the past perfect. I would have or I might have. You can use I might have too. I might have phoned you. Very good. Do we understand that? Is there anyone who's not understanding this section?
Question.
Yeah.
In that second sentence, he said, I might would on you. Can we use only would?
Now, yes. Now they mean slightly different. If you say I would have, this is more certain, more confident. I would have called you. Might becomes a bit less probable. Maybe 50-50 I would have called you.
Okay.
But if you say I would have, this is more definite.
No, I mean without any have. I say like, if I had your number, I would phone you.
No.
No.
Because it has to be in the same tense.
Oh, okay.
If I had, then I would have. We're all in the past now.
I got it. Okay, thanks.
Everything else, as it said, second conditional, first conditional, we're talking about the future, right? But now we're talking about something in the past, the third conditional.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to try the third one?
Okay.
You volunteered yourself, unfortunately.
They had taken that road if they had known that. Oh no.
Yeah.
Let's skip me.
Yeah, you should read through the whole thing first, and then before you try.
Say something the truth if they had known that there were roadworks.
Yes.
They hadn't took.
No. So can you remember what are the 3 parts of the third conditional? Can you remember that? That it will help you with the question. Can you look at the other link that we looked at? What are the 3 parts? Yeah. It's okay. Take your time.
No. I have no idea.
Okay, but let me help you. So are you looking at the top of the English Club page that we looked at?
Yep.
Okay, so can you see there what the 3 parts are in the table?
Past perfect, would have, and past participle.
Well, if is the condition, and then the past perfect, which is sort of also the condition but not really, and then would have plus past participle. Okay. So what do we have? What do we have in the sentence already that you're trying to read?
We have if
and
participle.
No.
We don't have would.
Exactly. So that's the section you're trying to do, right? So would have or would have not and past participle.
Yep.
So go ahead and try again, number 3.
They wouldn't take that route if they had.
No. You just missed that. Try again. Would have or would not have plus past participle.
Took.
So start again. Would have or would not have plus the past participle of take.
Okay. They would not have took.
Okay, very close. You're very close. What's the
taken?
Yes. Okay, good. So what is it? All together.
Oh my god. They would not have taken that route if they had known that there were roadworks.
Very good. You got that. They would not have taken it if they had known. Okay. It also, you could say they would have taken it, but actually, given the context, it would not make sense to say that. Because if there are roadworks is construction. Do we understand roadworks?
Yes.
Yes. So if there is construction on the road, you will not take it. It's stupid to take it. So they would not have taken the road if they had known there were roadworks. Okay. Number 4. Inga, I've been ignoring you. I'm sorry. Let's try number 4 if you can.
Isn't finished the class? Sorry.
No, that's not an excuse. The class finishes when I say it finishes.
Okay. I wouldn't have booked that holiday if I had knew there was a cheaper deal.
No, almost. But what's the past participle of to know?
Known. If I had known there was a cheaper deal.
Very good. Perfect. I wouldn't have booked that holiday if I had known there was a cheaper deal. Good. Number 5, Manal, can you try?
Yeah. Okay. If I had I'm not sure about the past participle of lost or what.
Yes.
Okay. If I if I had lost my job, I would have moved to London.
Okay, good. And we all understand it's finished now. Very good. It's finished. Not the lesson. The lesson's almost finished. But the possibility of losing your job or not losing your job, it's in the past now. But I'm saying if it had or hadn't, even though it's finished, then this result. So it's still a conditional, but it's also not, because it's not a real condition. It's impossible now. It's impossible. Okay, number 6. Just a couple more. Number 6. Shelley, can you do number 6?
Yes. I would have used Groupon if I had known that it existed.
I would have used, exactly. I would have used Groupon, would have plus participle, if I had known it existed. Number 7. Jaron, can you do 7?
If I had sorry. If I had seen the weather forecast, I would have packed an umbrella.
Excellent. Yes. If I had seen the weather forecast, I would have packed the umbrella. And number 8 is the final one. Who is going to get this last one? Luisa, try this one last one. Lucky you.
No. If the weather had been better yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, I would have gone for a swim.
Yes, because it's the past, exactly. So we've got the past perfect there. If I had, if the weather had been better, then I would have gone for a swim. The weather is finished. The weather is not good or bad anymore. So the real condition is not there. But we can imagine if the weather had been better, I would have done something else. Okay? Okay, good. So we have all the conditionals now, all the major conditionals. We have mixed conditionals as well, so we might do them on another lesson, and that's just mixing things up a bit. But we have the 0 conditional, which is 100%. We have the first conditional, which is 50% likely. Second conditional, 10%. Third conditional, impossible. Okay? We went over quite a lot. Some of these are already familiar to you because you use them when you are speaking. but it helps to have the structure in your head. And I think the third conditional is the one we need the most practice on, even though by the end you all seem to have a good understanding of it. So hopefully you enjoyed the lesson and you learned something, some bit of grammar. And like I said, this is an excellent EnglishClub.com is a very, very good website. I also have another website to recommend that was reminded of today. Hold on a second. English Club. Sorry, English Club. And there's one other website I discovered today called Lang8. Has anyone heard of Lang8?
No.
This is a very cool website to help with your writing. Hold on a second. If you go on Lang8, and if you grammar, if you really want to improve your grammar, you can go on Lang8 and you can write something in English. If you want, I can give you an assignment or something like this, and then other people on the website will correct your work for free. So you can write something, and then people will say, no, this is wrong, you should say this, you should say that. It takes some effort because you have to write, you have to sit down and say, now I'm going to write a page about myself, or I'm going to write a page about my job, or something like this. But if you write this in a Word document, for example, you can upload it to Lang8, and sometimes you have to wait a bit because people are giving their time for free, but they will usually correct your grammar and make your writing in English perfect, I think. So hopefully you'll check that site out and let me know what you think.
Yeah.
But for speaking, I think you should keep coming back to Verbing and do some grammar classes and some discussion classes and that kind of thing. And if anything we went over today wasn't clear, just go back to EnglishClub.com and look at everything it says about the conditionals. And then feel free to email me or ask me questions if you have any. So hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow. I have 2 more classes tomorrow. They'll both be intermediate discussion classes. Maybe we'll get some debates going on certain topics. But otherwise, it was good to see all of you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry we went a bit over, Inga. If it happens again, you can leave, and I won't be offended.
No, thanks for the class.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Jaren. Nice to see all of you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.